ahead and start recording. All right. I sent this out yesterday. Hopefully, you had a chance to take a look at it. Um, any examples of math in real life that have come up this last week that you can think of? Anybody? Jack.
One is we had to go to the grocery store and we wanted to see how many calories we had. So we had to add them all up. Then we went to the store and tried to take them away, all the calories.
Oh, there you go. So you were probably looking at the labels.
Hmm.
Um, has anybody actually logged into the Learning Earnings site and taking a look at your bank accounts and all the things that you could buy with your money? Yeah, Kaylee, tell us a little bit about it.
So far, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, there's games you can play, but did you look at any of the prizes that you can spend your money on?
Yeah, you can get like coupons and stuff like that.
Yeah, and coupons for things like movie tickets and ice cream and like real prizes. So it's pretty cool. So make sure you guys log in and check that site out. But and remember that you can always write down any problems that you had in your weekly work on our agenda, and then we can make sure that we talk about that problem. Or you could just, come to the virtual classroom and maybe have it written down in your notebook from when you were working during the week and something hard came up. So we'll go back to that in a second and see if anybody had any questions. You guys in your assignments have been working on adding and subtracting decimals, so we'll practice that today. You're going to be working very soon on multiplying decimals. Some of you might have started that assignment. And then we will do some extra practice of some of your past topics that you've already completed. And then we have a very fun game. So give me a thumbs up if we're ready to get started. Yay! We're excited today. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, wow. So somebody has some background noise. So if you can make sure, maybe to turn your microphone off, that would be helpful. Or I'll just mute you all. Okay, here we go. First thing that we're going to practice is adding and subtracting decimals. And really, what's important to remember about this is making sure that you line up your decimal places and don't get sloppy about it, because then you'll for sure get the wrong answer. So, doing this first one together, maybe if it actually comes up. There we go. I'll do this one with you, and then we can set you out on your own. So we have 221.57 plus 4.88. So write with my beautiful pen. Try to make it as neat as possible. 221 and 57 hundredths plus 4 and 88 hundredths. Now, adding and subtracting decimals, sorry about that. It's really easy. All you need to do is just, before you even get started, is just bring that decimal place right down and then try to make sure that you keep everything kind of neat and lined up. And then you'll for sure have it in the right spot. So who wants to walk me through this problem? Okay, Tyler, what is 7 plus 8? Oh, whoops, I had to unmute you. Sorry. Okay, Tyler, go ahead.
7 plus 8 is 15, and you carry the 1 above the 5 and the 8.
That's right. And so what's 1 plus 5?
6.
And 6 plus 8?
14.
Okay, so I'm going to carry that 1. What's 1 plus 1?
2.
Plus 4?
6.
Good. And then I'll just carry down the other two numbers. So we have 226.45. Let's check our work. Oh, it was a multiple choice, so perfect. There we go. All right, next one. You guys are on your own. Remember to line up that decimal correctly. You're going to have to probably rewrite it. Oh, some of you might be able to do it in your head. 625.694 minus 624.655. And when you have an answer, just raise your hand. Or I guess you're going to have to use the chat if your webcam's not on.
One. Do it.
Okay, so let's go ahead and keep our language kind of classroom appropriate there. And if you have any background noise, make sure you turn off your TV or whatever the case is. And I saw Jack's hand first. Go ahead, Jack. Jack, what'd you come up with?
Sorry, I couldn't get my mic to work. I got 1.039.
Okay. And that's correct. All right, pretty easy stuff, although we're getting a little bit more difficult. They're trying to trick you here. They lined up the decimal for you, and that's fantastic. But notice there's nothing right here, so you're just going to need to add a 0 as a place value holder to do your problem. 635.210 plus 314.901. Go for it. Woo, Simon, you're fast. Let's give everybody a second. Oh, Christian, hello, good to see you. And you are fast as well. Turn on your webcam if you can. And Kaylee, you got it too. All right, I'm seeing the same answer, 950.111. And we are correct. Oh, getting a little more challenging. So they're giving us 3 digits, and notice they're doing the same thing here. They want you to add the zeros for your place value holders so that you don't get mixed up. Keep that decimal lined up neatly. And you've got 300 hundredths plus 50.5811 plus 89 hundredths. Woo, Ashley, you're fast. But maybe that was the last problem you were doing. Oh, okay. Good job, Simon. Good job, Kaylee. Let's give everybody just another second or two to finish up so that we don't just give them the answer. Good job, Christian. Okay, Ashley, have you had a chance to work it out?
I did.
Okay, all right, so I am seeing most people into the chat saying 51.5011. I don't know why that's going so slow, but wow. Alrighty. And we are running very slow, but we're correct. I know that. Okay, fantastic. All right, guys, give me a thumbs up, or you can type it into the chat if you don't have your webcam on, if you're feeling pretty confident with adding and subtracting decimals. It's a pretty easy skill. I mean, really, the only thing you have to remember for adding and subtracting decimals is to keep that decimal point lined up neatly and to add place value holders like zeros if they try to throw it in there and trick you, okay? So we have a new skill, multiplying decimals, and that is not much harder, but has anybody had a chance yet to move on to that lesson for multiplying decimals? Not yet? Tyler? Oh, okay. So you've kind of seen it a little bit. That's good. I think it's coming up maybe next week. So multiplying decimals, there's some really easy things that will help you out if you just remember these certain rules. So I'm going to give you an example and just show you two different ways to figure out this problem. The first thing that you can do is you can estimate in your head, and that could tell you where to put your decimal point. If you just did a little simple estimation and then you put the decimal point where it made sense. Another way to figure out where to put your decimal is to look at the problem itself and count how many digits are after the decimal in the problem. Well, here's one digit. Here's two digits. So there are two digits that come after the decimal in the problem. That means there's going to be two digits after the decimal in your answer. Give me a thumbs up if that made sense. Okay, so very simple stuff. What's 4 times 1? Everyone. Or, yeah, you could just show me on your fingers. And then we really don't even have to go any farther because the rest of the numbers are going to be zeros. Now, here's where it gets kind of tricky. I just told you that there's going to be two digits after the decimal in my answer. But I only see one digit, so all you need to do is just add that 0, guys. Very simple. There's your two digits that come after the decimal, and there's your answer. Okay? So let's try another one. Let's try come on, pen. There we go. For 0.7 times 0.2. Okay, look at the problem. How many digits come after the decimals in the problem? Well, here's one digit. Here's two digits. So in my answer, I'm going to have two digits after the decimal. And so you could do this in your head. 0.14, right? You guys getting that? All right, let's do a couple practice ones for you. All right, we'll go back. I don't know why this is running so slow today. I'm gonna sing a song. Okay. And we'll do a couple of practice problems. I'll show you some new stuff, and then we have a game. Okay, here we go. Multiply decimals. Ooh, slightly more challenging, but really not that bad. 0.3 times 0.9. You could raise your hand or type it into the chat. Good job, Simon. Good job. All of you are typing it into the chat, it looks like. 0.27. That's exactly right. 0.2 times 0.5. This should be quick. Jack.
I got 0.10, 0.10.
Yeah.
0.10.
Yeah, exactly. And I really don't even need to type that extra 0. I could just leave it 0.1. And it's the same thing. Good job. Oh, slightly more challenging, not that hard though. 0.5 times 6.1. You might have to write this one down, maybe. Okay, I'm seeing a couple answers popping up. And they're looking good. Okay, I'm seeing most people say 6.5, so let's type it in and see if it's correct. Oh, 3 and 500. So let's just, well, this is going to be kind of harder to look at. So let's go ahead and review this one. All right, so we had 6.1. Okay, so somebody who has the background noise, go ahead and mute yourself. Whoever that is. Times 0.5.
I can hear I can hear everything.
Okay, I'll go ahead and mute you for you. There you go. Alrighty. So very quickly, you look at how many digits are after the decimal in the problem. Here's 1 digit, here's 2 digits. So immediately you know in your answer there's going to be 2 digits after the decimal. And then 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 6 is 30. And I just told you there should be 2 digits after the decimal in my answer, so you know right away to put your decimal point right there. Okay? All right, let's try another one. Sorry, got like 8 screens open right now. Okay, 0.6 times 4.8. Might have to write this one down. Go ahead and type it into the chat. Okay, I'm seeing a couple answers showing up. Couple different answers, so we might have to work this one out as well. Okay. All right. So I'm seeing most people say 2 and 80 or 2.82. So let's see. Oh, 2.88. A couple people did have that answer though. So maybe we need to back up a little bit and show that one. No, my screen is freezing. No. Sorry, guys. When you have too many things running, sometimes it takes forever. Bummer. Okay. Shoot. Well, we're going to have to come back to that. All right, let's just keep moving. All right. 0.3 times 4.7. So I'll just kind of talk you through this.
We're doing math problem.
Notice that there are
The penalty is death.
2 digits after the decimal in your problem, so there will
Penalty
be
for
2
getting
digits
in
after the
trouble.
decimal in your answer. So you could type it into the chat or you can raise your hand, either way. in. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people with the same answer. This is good. 1.41. Let's check it out. And we're correct. Perfect. Let's do just a couple more because this seems like maybe it's the hardest skill. 0.8 times 0.7. Oh, that's mental math right there. Good job, Simon. What's 8 times 7, everyone? It's 56. You can see that there's one digit here, one digit here, so 2 digits after the decimal in your problem. 2 digits will be after the decimal in your answer, so 0.56. And you're right. Okay, this one's maybe a little harder. 7.7 times 5.8. Go ahead and write it down. Yay, I found my pad. Yay. Right. Good, Christian. Okay, we've got one answer. Notice there's 2 digits after the decimal in the problem, so there will be 2 digits after the decimal in your answer. Okay, I'm seeing most people with pretty similar, there's a couple different answers though, so we're gonna work this one out. Okay, here we go. Who would like to talk me through it? Anybody for some participation points or bucks? All right, Tyler, go for it.
So, one sec, I just noticed I messed up.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Jack.
So what you do is you do 8 times 7,
Yep.
which is 56.
Okay.
And yeah, then you do 8 times 7 again and add 5 to 56.
Right.
Then you do 5.
Oh, so what is that? What is 56 plus
Oh,
5?
hang on, 56.
61. It's okay.
Yeah, 61. And then you do 5 times 7.
Yep.
And you get 35. Put the 3 over the 7.
Yep.
And then you do 5 times 7 again, plus 3, which is 35.
35 plus 3 is 38.
38.
Good. Add it all up. Oops. Sorry about that. What's 6 plus 0?
6.
Good. What's 1 plus 5?
6.
What's 6 plus 8?
5. Oh no, 14.
14. Carry the 1. What's 1 plus 3?
4.
4. And we talked about how many digits were in the problem. There were 2. So 2 digits after the decimal in your answer. And there we go.
Yay, I got the answer correct.
Yay! Good job, TJ. All right. Okay, guys, we have some other skills that we need to practice to make sure that you are ready for the Jeopardy game that I set up for you. One of them, you will eventually see this, probably sooner than later, and it's just writing very simple algebraic equations. Now, algebraic equations will always have some kind of variable in it, and a variable can be the letter n, a variable can be the letter x, can be the letter b, it can be a symbol, that can be a variable. And to write an algebraic equation, so listen to what I'm going to say. Any number plus 15. Well, any of these symbols can stand for any number. So if I just said I want to use an n today because I'm feeling like I like n, I would just write n plus 15. Or if I told you to write an algebraic equation with any number decreased by 7, I'm going to say, well, I kind of feel like using an x, so that can stand for any number decreased by 7. That's a simple algebraic equation. To take it to multiplication and division, what if I said any number, and I'm feeling like using an n again, times 3, or 3 times any number? Okay, that's a simple algebraic equation. This can actually be written 2 different ways. It could be written like this, or it can be written like this. And when numbers are just right next to each other like that, that means multiply, which is the same thing as this. So you could write it either way. Or I can say any number, I feel like using an x, divided by 15. And that's an algebraic equation. So give me a thumbs up if that's making sense. Pretty simple. So Dakota, do you have like a question, or is there another way I can explain it to make it more clear? No? Okay. Now, algebraic equations can also be solved. If I told you x plus 2, there's really no way to solve that unless you know what x equals. X can equal whatever. What if it's 10? Well, then you would just come up here and insert a 10 where you see the x, and everybody, what's 10 plus 2? 12.
12.
Yes, very good. It all showed up in the chat all at once. That was great. So very simple stuff. So that was the algebraic equations, and you're going to see that in the game that we're going to be playing pretty soon. Okay, so that was one skill. Another thing that you're going to need to review is simple multiplication patterns. I'm just going to give you an example. Something like 32.5 times 10. And then I'm going to make the pattern, so 32.5 times 100. And then I'm going to keep going, 32.5, and you could probably guess what I'm about to write, times 1,000. And this is a multiplication pattern. Now, to answer or to find the answers to these problems, it's very simple. Here's a little trick for you. Let's just start with this first problem. How many zeros are we working with in this first problem? 1. So you're going to move your decimal point 1 space. So then your answer becomes 325. Give me a thumbs up if that made sense. Okay. In this next problem, how many zeros am I dealing with? Hold up your fingers. Yeah, 2. So I'm going to move my decimal point 2 places. 1, 2. And you're saying, oh my gosh, but there's nothing there. Yeah, just add a 0. And it becomes 3,250. Give me a thumbs up if you saw that. That's making sense. Pretty simple stuff. And here we're working with 3 zeros. So we're going to be moving our decimal point 3 places. And I'm going to rewrite it so it's a little neater. Okay, moving it 3 places. 1, 2, 3. I'll just add zeros and it becomes 32,500. Yeah, so that's a decimal pattern. Pretty simple stuff, but you're going to see that here in a minute. So, okay, and then estimating with decimals. That's another skill that you need to have. I'm just going to give you an example. Something like 61 times 7.2. Whoa, sorry about that. Yikes. Okay, if I told you to round these two numbers to the greatest place value. Let's just start with 61. Here's the greatest place value, the tens digit. So I'm going to round this number to either 60 or 70. What would you choose? Type it into the chat. That's right. That's right. Yes, 60 is a much better estimate. And then I have 7.2. I'm going to round it to either a 7 or an 8. Is it closer to 7 or is it closer to 8? Good. It's closer to 7. Perfect. So what's 60 times 7? 420, right? Very simple stuff. You just do the 6 times 7 and add your 0. Let's do another one. How about 54 times 9.1? Okay, and I told you to round it to the nearest place, or the greatest place value, greatest place value. So is 54 closer to 50 or to 60? Closer to 50, right. Yes, good job, Kaylee. And 9.1 is obviously closer to 9 than it is to 10. So what's 50 times 9? Yes, yes, that's right. And yeah, notice there was only 1 0, Simon, so there's only going to be 1 0 in your answer. Yep, you got it. Perfect. Okay, so that skill, pretty easy stuff. I think you guys are just about ready. In fact, I think you're ready now because that's all we have. So let's move on to our game. Okay, so those of you who I can't see on the webcam, I'm going to be watching the chat, and that's how you're going to be buzzing in to play the game. Okay, here we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many kids do we have today? Oh my goodness, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh, are they going to allow 10 teams? Yeah, they are. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to have to assign you a number. So you're going to have to remember what number you are or what team you are. Okay, team 1. It's going to be, I'm just going to go through the order in the chat. Team 1 is Ashley. Team 2 is Christian. Team 3 is Dakota. Team 4 is Jack. Team 5 is Jeremy. Team 6 is Kaylee P. Team 7 is Kaylee S. How confusing is that, huh? Team 8 is Simon. Team 9, oh, did we lose TJ? Well, if TJ comes back, he can be Team 9. And if he's not going to come back, then I'll just do Team 9. And Team 10 is Tyler. So, are you guys ready to play? Yeah? All right. Woohoo! Here we go. Here's our different categories. We have decimal patterns, which we just looked at, estimating products with decimals, multiplying decimals by whole numbers, multiplying decimals by decimals, and then a challenge category. And we have everything worth 100 all the way to 500. You can't necessarily see that unless I scroll down, but just know that, we do have 500s as well. Okay, and it looks like Kaylee S. has won my fake coin toss. So you get to choose which category we're going to go to first. And your mic is not working. Okay, so then you're going to have to type it in. Bummer. Okay, she wants challenge, and I'm just going to say she wants challenge for 100. I'm going to make that choice for you. How do I write 15 more than a number? as an algebraic equation? You could raise your hand or type it into the chat. "15 more than a number." Looks like maybe Tyler's getting ready to buzz in. Remember, this was the algebra that I just kind of showed you. Very good, Tyler. All right, let's buzz in for Tyler. He said any number, and I chose X. He chose T. It doesn't matter. No, I'm just kidding. He chose N. N plus 15. So any number plus 15. Very good. Tyler, which group were you again? Sorry. Or team? He is team 10. Okay, team 10. Moving on. Tyler, you get to choose the next question. And I could probably hear you, so you can probably just talk, but
Decimal patterns.
decimal patterns, and do you want 100?
200.
200. Okay, we're getting crazy. What is the product or answer of 74.98 times 10? Oh, Jack already buzzed in. Okay. Oh, Simon, you were a close second. Jack, go ahead and tell me.
What is 749.8?
That's right. He moved his decimal place one time because there was 1 0. And Jack, which team are you?
T-
Hold up your fingers. Team 4? Okay. All right. So here we go. Team 4 got $200. All right, Jack, you get to choose the next question.
Decimal patterns for 300.
Decimal patterns for 300. Here we go. Woo! The answer or product of 567.898 times 100. Oh, Jack's on a roll. I think he's getting the pattern here. Okay. Oh, I see Simon buzzed in. Okay. Simon said, actually, Simon, tell me which team you are. Type that into the chat. 56,789.8. Very good. And I will give Simon his money. Notice there's two zeros, and so he simply moved his decimal place 2 times, right? Okay, Simon, which question would you like? He's using his chat, so wait in just a second. Okay, multiplying decimals by decimals for 300 is what he chose. Here we go. The product or answer. Oh, there we go. I just saw Jack's hand first. Woo! Oh, Kaylee. I think I'm going to buzz in because she was in the chat. All right, Kaylee. Kaylee P. Which team are you? Type that into the chat, please. 6. Okay, and she was correct because the answer is 0.30. All right, Kaylee P. Which question would you like? She's typing it into the chat, so we're waiting just a second. You could probably talk because everybody's microphones are on, Kaylee. Okay, well, she said she'd like challenge for 300. How do I write 8 times any number? Woo, Jack, you're fast. So are you, Simon. 8 times any number. Okay, I'm buzzing in for Jack. Go ahead and tell me.
I got 8 times n.
Okay, and that is correct. 8 times x or n or whatever. Or you can write it like this, 8 times n. Perfect. Good job, Dakota. I saw that you got in there too. Fantastic. Okay, Jack, which question would you like?
Decimal patterns for 400.
Decimal patterns for 400. Here we go. The product of 45.7654 times 1,000. Woo! Tyler, you're fast. Ashley, you are too. Okay, I'm buzzing in for Ashley. Ashley, what team are you? And go ahead and tell me the answer.
Team 1.
Okay.
And that's a big number. I don't know if I could say it correctly.
That's fine. Tell me where you would put the decimal point.
Behind the 5 and like in between the 5 and the 4.
That is exactly right. And the number is 45,765.4. She noticed that there were 3 zeros, so she simply moved her decimal point 3 times. Very good. And you are team number 1, right? Okay. All right, Ashley, which question would you like?
Decimal patterns for 100.
Decimal patterns for 100. Ooh, easy. This should be quick. Yeah, I see you, Jack. Oh, I think this was a tie between Simon and Jack. Oh, goodness. All right, go ahead, Jack.
So I got 325.
And guess what? You are correct. So you're team 4. Simon, what team are you again? Team 8, I think. Okay, I'm going to add 100 points for both of you because that was a tie. Or $100, I mean. Okay, go ahead, Jack. Choose the next question.
I choose decimal patterns for 500.
Okay, yes, don't forget we do have the 500 categories down here. Oh my gosh. The product of 234.899934 times 10,000. Oh, goodness. Let's take a new kiddo. Let's take Kaylee S. Go for it.
Put the decimal between the 3 and the 4.
Okay, so she thinks that the decimal would go right here. Let's see if she's correct. Okay, and I will give you your points if you can read this number for me. I'll help you out. 2,000,000
348,993.
and 4/10. All right, Kaylee S. What team are you?
Team 7.
Team 7. Okay, and I think everybody was pretty much on that one, so I'm going to go ahead and award points to everyone. Yay! Everybody who's playing, at least. Okay. All right, continuing. Oops, Team 9. TJ, you're here. All right, Kaylee S. Go ahead and choose a question.
Multiplying decimals by decimals.
Okay. For how much?
200.
All right, here we go. Oh, this should be quick. 0.5 times 0.1. Ashley.
0.5.
Oh, think about that a little harder, guys. There's 1 digit, 2 digits in the answer.
Oh,
I mean,
0.5.
yes.
No, 0.05.
0.05. I knew what you meant. Okay. All right, Ashley, choose a question for us.
decimals by decimals for 200.
Okay. We're not afraid. Oh! Okay, I typed it in twice. Tyler, what's the answer?
0.05.
All right. That was just to see if you're paying attention. And Tyler, what team are you?
Team 10.
Team 10. Although I saw it show up in the chat for everybody, so. That was the "Are you awake?" question, because I'm going to type it in twice, I guess. Alrighty. All right, Tyler, choose a problem for us.
Decimals by whole numbers for 300.
Ooh, all right. New category. Ooh, 5.9 times 60. Now, this isn't estimating, so you might have to write this one down. Okay. Getting a couple answers showing up. Just a little hint for you, there's one digit after the decimal in the problem, so there will be one digit after the decimal in your answer. Okay, I think I'm going to buzz in for somebody. Jack, go for it.
What is 404?
404?
0.0.
0.0? Well, let's see.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, it's actually 354, and then there was just 0.0 or just nothing, basically, at the end. Yeah, 354. So that was kind of a trick question because 354.0 is the same exact thing as saying just 354. Okay. All right, let's have TJ choose a question for us. Which one do you want, TJ?
Estimating products with decimals.
Okay, estimating products with decimals for how much?
200.
200. All right, so now we are going to round to the largest place value and then multiply. 369 times 6.9. So round it first and then multiply. Woo! You're fast, Simon. You're fast too, Christian. All right. So are you, Tyler. Somebody with their microphone on? I think Tyler has his microphone on. Why don't you tell us what you rounded 369 to?
I rounded 369 to 70.
Oh, okay. So you rounded it to 70. What if I told you though to round to the largest place value? So is this closer to 300 or 400?
400.
Yes, so you should have rounded to 400 times 7 because 6.9 is closer to 7 than it is to 6. So let's try it again. So everybody, what's 400 times 7? 2,800. Okay. And I think everybody kind of was on a tie for that one. All right. Woo. Rewarding money left and right. Okay. Almost done. There we go. And Christian, I'm not sure if your microphone's on or not, but why don't you, if it's not on, type into the chat a question that you would like. I want everybody to choose. Okay, he wants challenge 500. He's going big. Here we go. How do I write the equation any number divided by 25? Woo! Jack and Tyler, that was a tie. Kaylee S. Close second. Go ahead, Jack. Tell me.
Which is x divided by 25.
That is correct. Or I used an n divided by 25. Perfect. Okay. Jack, I think you were team 4. Very good. All right. We're going to go through these just a little faster because we're not going to have time to finish. So I'm just going to start choosing. Estimating products with decimals for 400. We're going to round to the largest place value and then multiply. Woo! Tyler, that was in your head. And Simon, that was a tie. Tyler, what did you come up with? Because I think your mic is on.
I got 7,200.
7,200. How did you do that, Tyler?
I rounded 789 to 808.7 to 9 and multiplied it and got 7,200.
That's exactly right. What team are you, Tyler? I've already forgotten.
Team 10.
Team 10. Okay. All right, moving on. I'm going to go challenge 400. Woo! How do I write the equation any number divided by 13? Ashley.
B divided by 13.
Okay. She chose a B. I chose an N. N divided by 13. Fantastic, Ashley. Okay, moving faster. Multiplying decimals by whole numbers. 2.5 times 38. Ooh. This one you might have to write down. Notice there's one digit after the decimal in the problem, so there will be one digit after the decimal in your answer. Woo! Got a couple different answers, so this will be kind of interesting. All right, I see at least somebody who I know has their microphone on. Jack, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you got?
I got 1,200 and I know I got 123.
Ooh, what is 95? Let's do this one together. Okay, 2.5 times 38. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna rewrite it like this. 38 times 2.5. And here we go. Oh, I'm gonna turn off your microphones because I'm getting some feedback. Sorry about that. Okay, so 5 times 8 is 40. Carry my 4. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. Okay. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry my 1. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. So then I'm going to add it up. 9 plus 6 is 15. Carry my 1. And then we have, of course, 1 plus 1 plus 7 is 95. And then look, there's one digit after the decimal in the problem. So there's going to be one digit after the decimal in my answer. So 95.0 is the same thing as saying 95. Okay. All right, good. I'm glad you saw what you did wrong, but we are going to have to actually end it for today because we're getting close to the end of class, but we will definitely play more Jeopardy in the future. So you guys have a little preview of what's coming up in your upcoming lessons, and you did a little bit of a review of the things that you've already seen. So hopefully it was a fun day for you, and give me a wave goodbye. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming. You all earned your earning bucks today. So good job.